Hi, my name is Jen Beck, and I'm a registered nutrition consultant, and I have been in nutrition for over 20 years. And one of the biggest reasons why I got involved in nutrition is because of my mom's health. I watched her decline and her challenges through her multiple sclerosis and decided that really it was time for change. I was living in my 20s eating sugar and coffee and fast food for meals and realized that there was another way. And over the last 20 years, I have discovered some really key important pieces to creating lasting change. Instead of all the fad diets that we go on where we make New Year's resolutions and they last a couple weeks, maybe 6 if we're really, really dedicated, and then it falls by the wayside. And so the 3 things that are really so important when we're talking about creating lasting change is, number 1, make changes based on your readiness for change. We've got to look at what your current state of health is now, what your motivation is. Why are you doing it? Right? So many times we create these goals and it comes down to, I want to drop 20 pounds so I can fit into a different dress size. That's not something that's going to motivate us for the rest of our lives. So when we uncover that why and we figure out what our motivation level and what our commitment level is, it allows us to find what the first step is. Sometimes that first step is just drinking more water. Sometimes it's exercising for 1 minute a day. Every person is different, but when we can start really looking at what those drivers are and what the first step is that's right for each individual, it allows us to start building success on top of success. I call them baby steps because our brain doesn't want to make massive changes all at once, but it can make one baby step. It can drink 10% more water. It can get to bed a half an hour or even 15 minutes earlier. But then when we start recognizing success, we want to layer that next step on top of the next step. It allows us to create lasting change. It allows us to start shifting our mindset and going from, wow, I made it to my destination, now I can go back to eating cheeseburgers and chicken wings, instead of, wow, what else can I do? How can I take my health to next level? And this is such a very important message because this is the first time in history where our kids are living sicker and dying younger than any other generation before. We're 37th in the world for our health statistics. We have over half of our population is clinically obese. We have significant health issues and it's time for change. And I'm on a mission to make sure that each and every person that I touch, that I come in contact with, has the knowledge to be able to do that. You know, I went through a very, very personal struggle with my mom's health. And I watched her in 6 weeks to go from living on her own to being in a nursing home in 6 weeks. And so for me, it's a matter of helping each individual figure out what their next best step is, what their first baby step is, so they can create lasting change and they can maximize their health, wellness, and vitality and their energy so they can be present with their families. So they can create a business that builds our economy, so that they can create a life that they love and have the body and health to support it. You know, it's so very, very important that we can maintain this. And such a big piece of that is what goes on in our head. It's not just what we stick in our mouth. It's not just moving our body, but it's really the intention and the mindset that we have around our health. And so when we can start looking at where we're at now and what that next step is, and again, build one layer on top of another layer of successes, it allows us to change the trajectory of our health. Imagine taking one new health habit a month, just one. Eat 10% more vegetables, drink 10% less coffee or alcohol. What would happen when you start layering success habits one on top of the other? Over the course of 1 year, you have 12 new habits that are sustainable because we took them in baby steps. So my name is Jen Beck, and I am so excited to be able to share this information and ignite your population to taking their next baby step, the next best step for their health, and create lasting change. Thanks so much. I look forward to talking to you soon.